Okay, so who would like to go first?
For what?
To make the first statement in this session. Like, you want to call somebody out on what they said last week, or add to what you said? Were you here on Thursday? Go on YouTube and watch class. Don't come complain to me you don't know what's going on. I'm being serious. Okay, listen. Some of you struggle at this. I know you're good at taking notes and worksheets, so we don't need to practice that. You're good at that. You're not good at thinking critically. So I'm just going to tag in and pretend I'm from a sixth unnamed city-state. But I heard what Athens said about their government on Thursday. Do you guys remember anything they said about their political system?
Nope.
They said it was democracy.
Yeah, we're all democratic. Everybody gets to vote, participate, right? Yeah. Did it sound pretty positive? Yeah. It sounded like, wow, America kind of copied you, Athens.
Yes.
Athens, I have a question for you. If you are so democratic, why then were women of your own city-state not considered citizens and not allowed to participate in political discourse whatsoever, and call yourself then democratic, yet half of your society could not participate based on their sex? How is that democracy, Athens? Please respond. How can you call yourselves democratic when women aren't even citizens, let alone allowed to vote? Please respond.
No.
Yes.
We weren't the only one that didn't let their women.
Please stand.
Speak louder, man. Speak up.
We weren't the only city-state to not let women participate in government and other things. And our and they could not help them.
Let's go. We keep going. Let's go.
No, they haven't responded. I did.
Very quiet.
Couldn't hear it.
Okay, please restate that, gentlemen from Athens.
Alright, so I said that we weren't the only city-state that didn't let their women participate in government. Such as...
Did any of them talk about having kings?
Sparta.
Our women were the best treated out of all of them.
But could they vote?
No.
No. But we're not a democracy. You guys
could all
yourselves to be a democracy.
Okay. Because I know you think I'm picking on you, Athens, let me model for you. If I were Athenian, which I'm not, so you don't get any credit for this, here's what I would have said. While that sounds bad in the year 2016 to say women were not citizens, almost all of you treated women the same, and at least we let the men vote. Because most of your city-states, not even the men could vote. You had two kings. Right? So given the context of classical Greece, we were extremely democratic. Like for the year 500 BCE. Now, the year 2016, of course, you could say it's not that democratic. But our view of women and political systems have changed drastically over the last 2,500 years. So if you judge us based on our time period, we're actually very progressive and democratic. It's not fair to judge us by 2016 standards. And even if you do, we're way ahead of all of you in terms of democracy.
Also, who are you to judge that what democratic meant when we were the founders of the democracy?
And if you were, to a degree, democratic later, you got that idea from us, which shows that our political system must be pretty good if you copied our ideas. Okay, do you see how that works? I just play both sides, so I'm not helping you and I'm not picking on you, Athens.
So does that count as a rebuttal?
No.
Well, what Mr. Maxfield said does. And Mr. Seaman tagged in. So who else would like to make a claim? I'm done. I need to eat my lunch. Like Spartans. The Thebans talked smack about your military last Thursday. Can someone please respond to that and explain or call them out?
Okay, guys.
Evidence and examples are imperative.
So, thieves, you guys said that you beat us by yourselves, which is not true because you guys had 3 armies against us, and we fought on our own. You guys had yourselves the Boeotians and the Thessians. You attacked us from 3 sides.
So,
And killed.
Whoa, you get your chance, Thebians, be quiet.
Shut your mouth.
Sparta, are you done? Please pass them the microphone and let them respond.
I don't know. Sit down. Sit down.
Okay, so that only proves that how crappy people you are. Like, we had like allies and you were on your own, so basically no one likes you. That explains a lot. So that's why you suck.
But specifically, he asked about your military.
Yeah.
Well,
So in the battle of Lectura, Thebes defeated Sparta alone.
No. You had 3.
We had 3 in the battle of Chaeronea.
Can you give us a year, please?
Wait.
Oh, the bottom. Okay.
War.
338 BC.
What'd you say?
Battle of Chaeronea.
What'd you say?
And you said, attack us from 3 sides. Oh, you had more people. That's tactics, bro. A win's a win.
Scoreboard.
But you guys said you
Yeah, originally you said
No,
you
that was
fight
the battle.
The battle of Lectura.
Yeah.
Battle of Lectura was between you guys and it was the Boeotians, the Thebes, and us. You and the Boeotians were on one side against of us.
I'm pretty sure that was like a free-for-all.
No, it says here, between the Boeotians led by the Thebians and the Spartans, along with their post-Corinthian war.
Okay, so it's still only one other thing in the battle of Lectura. Not 3.
But
And if you
originally
guys
you
were
said
as
you were by
mighty as you
yourself.
said.
Yes.
Okay.
Originally you said you were by yourself.
Should have been.
Sorry you had to call on your wingman to battle for you.
I think. Listen. So
Hey,
now you
W.
said you spent your whole life training your army, and after all you have like 0 friends. Nobody likes you, and you lose. What's the point of spending so much time training something?
Okay.
That is like.
I'm going to respond to that by using another battle.
Please use evidence and examples because it's history class.
You say you were practically saying that our army was worthless, but I remember the Peloponnesian War, where we beat Athens, the thought to be strongest city-state in Greece, and we destroyed them and left them in a smoldering crumble, just debris everywhere, dead. Also, in the Battle of Thermopylae, if any of you have seen the movie 300, it is based off of the Battle of Thermopylae. The Persians, after being defeated by the Greek city-states again, they decided to come back with, how many men was it, do you think?
How many Spartans or how many Greeks?
How many Persians in the Thermopylae?
You know, if you come to class tomorrow, we're going to read some primary sources about how many guys were really in the Persian army.
Let me find this fact again.
Because Herodotus said 2 million, and when they stopped to get a drink, rivers would run dry.
300 Spartans under their king Leonidas, and about 6,000 soldiers from other Greek cities, faced against the Persian army of perhaps 100,000 men. And when the 300 Persians, the 300 Spartans, when the Persians sent a scout, were combing their hair and getting all fancy and eating dinner, waiting behind the wall for the Persians. And the only reason the Persians won is because the Greeks, there was a Greek trader that came and told them how to beat the Spartans and the 6,000 Greeks.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
What happened on the 3rd day of the battle with the Greeks?
we lost because there's a Greek trader.
What?
We lost because there's a Greek traitor.
Well,
But
exactly,
hey,
nobody likes you.
question for you. Are you guys part of the Greek city states?
lost?
Are you guys part of the Greek city
Yeah,
states?
but we.
There were 6,000 other Greek members.
Yeah, we actually allied with
We allied with Persia.
And we almost beat the Persians,
Almost.
except for a traitor.
Almost.
Well, that's why nobody likes you. See, that's why you have
Because
traitors.
we beat
Nobody
almost every single other city-state.
But you still lost.
Yep.
Your
To the
only
Persians
argument,
in the
the
Theban-Spartan
Persians.
War, we won it. Like you lost it.
the only argument you have is that you won one battle against us. When we
Any
have
battle,
won
you didn't.
numerous ones against other city-states.
No, we.
And it conquered you, didn't it?
If nobody liked us, then why didn't we always ally with Corinth?
Because Corinth has no
At
army.
the end, didn't it? Huh?
But you said nobody likes us.
Hey,
You're like miserable.
who
But you
allied
said
with
no.
us at the end?
Yeah, you said nobody liked us.
Sparta's not miserable, it's just very militaristic. Okay. Basically, two of you have been debating the prowess of your military. I think we've addressed that issue. So we're going to move on. Would another city-state like to bring up a different issue that you think would help convince the judges who are tallying these things on the rubric? Why is your city-state the best of ancient Greece, Athens? Like, build an argument here as to why you deserve the title of best city-state of ancient Greece.
Oh, I was just going to ask about that.
Sure, because it's going to make them look bad, right?
Yeah. Okay, so my question for you guys is, so if if they didn't follow you, then they were against you. So if you're not with us, you're against us. And therefore you are now our slaves.
What?
That's what you guys said. You guys said that if the outer line people, countries, or whatever that you attacked, were not with you, then they were against you and had to become slaves. If they were with you, then they were free. That is what you guys said last week.
No.
We said
Give me
people.
that.
We
That
said
was
people.
my topic.
That's what they said.
We said people who peacefully, when we battled them and wanted to take over them, and they peacefully came over to us, and they could integrate into our society. But if we had to take over their land forcefully, then they were slaves.
Yeah. So if they are against you, then they are slaves.
No, they just have to pay tribute. There's a
Yeah.
difference between being a slave and like paying a membership fee, we'll call it.
Yeah. But
Just
if you're
to
a
clarify,
prisoner
I'm
of
not
war,
taking a side.
if you're a prisoner of war, then you were a slave, like most societies.
Okay. Are you satisfied with that response, Athens? Okay. Would anyone else like to illuminate something that made you think, oh, I wish I could bring that up next week?
I think Lindsay would. I thought.
Guess
What? Yeah.
Okay. Someone from Athens who has not spoken yet during this period. Have someone else bring. You have the same Google Doc in front of you, right? Argos. If you are confused, go on YouTube and watch class. Stop being confused. Listen, Athens is speaking.
Argos, how do you guys consider yourselves superior over us if you copied our democratic government?
Someone from Argos, please
Could you
respond.
restate the statement?
How do you guys consider yourselves superior over us if you copied our government?
If you just
Well, Banner, I'll just say no comment.
Second.
No, I didn't. No. Well, to be honest, facts, we didn't copy you. You guys copied us because we were the first ones.
Give us a date. Give us a date.
Give us a date.
Give us a date.
Prove it. I want 30 days. Give us a date. If you say that, you have to back it up, Kendra.
Yeah.
This is history class, and we need evidence and examples before we adopt your claim. Back it up.
What was the date? What was the date?
Oh,
we won.
There's no.
The jury will be instructed to strike that from the record and not consider Argos's claim, because Argos came to a grown man's party with some weak Kool-Aid and had no sources to back it up. Would anyone else like to make a claim?
You threw me under the bus thing down.
Hey, we got some claims to make over here, Corey?
No.
We haven't made any claims.
I got nothing to say. We got some nice people over here.
Okay, I'm going to continue the trend of picking on Sparta.
Yeah.
Gentlemen from Sparta, it sounded to me, based on last week's class, that your political system is very unique. Could you please explain what makes it better than Athenian democracy or even Argyle democracy, which was allegedly copied and pasted from Athens? How does your system of governance benefit your city-state over their systems of governance? Because you guys have all responded. I haven't heard from him.
I know that's all.
So it starts with, what was their system? So spin it as a good thing. Give us a sales pitch on Spartan political structure.
The political structure in Sparta, we had 2 kings and 28 elders. So I believe this is better than...
You believe, or it is?
It is better.
Thank you.
It is better than everyone else's because they don't just give one person all the power. It has to go through a council and then the kings. And all of, like, everything that, like, all the laws that have to be passed have to go also through a voting thing, like a vote.
Could you remind us why or how you have 2 different kings? Because aren't kings like this dude, then he died, then his son?
Yeah.
How do you have 2 different kings?
Yeah.
Because Sparta did have 2 different kings. Does anyone remember?
How and why?
I'm not trying to trump you. I'm just trying to get you to, like, bring that up again. So we see, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy who just tells you the answer. Because think how kings work.
Yeah.
Your dad's the king, he dies, then you're the king. But how do you have 2 kings at the same time? They must be...
They're brothers. They're
No.
they're related.
No, they're not.
There's 2 different royal families, though.
Yes, 2 different families.
But why?
Because they're the original people that they couldn't decide who was going to be leader.
What was the purpose behind 2 kings? There had to have been a purpose.
If
at
one
some
dies,
point.
you could have the other rule.
That's what the son is of the other kings.
So, what's an argument, for those of you that have a little sprinkle of democracy, what's an argument against having a single king? What does that one dude do in history who has all the power?
Gets greedy.
He gets greedy. That's like not even close to the worst thing you can do. Abuses his power, kills people, takes away your guns, burns your books, whatever. Do you trust one guy to be in charge?
No.
So here's an idea, and it's unique. I'm not saying it's good or it's bad. It's very different than Athens. Let's have 2 of those guys, and to do anything, they have to both agree, but we'll make sure, rather than being brothers, we're like, yeah, let's do whatever we want, they're from different families. As a check to the king's power, the other king who's not your cousin, like everyone else in Cokeville, they have to agree with you.
So,
And what about going and fighting wars? Who leads an army? The kings. One king, while the other one can stay back and govern, and one dies.
the other king.
So it's like you can go fight wars with a king, but still have a king at home. None of you can do that.
They also
And you fight a lot of wars.
They also used 2 kings to split the duties. That way, one king wasn't doing too much and overloading himself. And it was a dual leadership. That way, one king could keep the other one honest, and vice versa. And both kings would ensure that the other king would not use or abuse or obtain too much power. And then they could also help keep the state in a better place, because if one king wanted one thing that the other king didn't like or thought would be bad for the state, they could come to an agreement to make the state better.
Council of Elders too.
Yeah, and then they could also go through the Council of Elders. That way they could come to an even better agreement.
Okay, now, here's what someone can say. Knowing your own political system, would anyone like to criticize the Spartan way of governing, or share with us why your way is better than theirs?
I don't
People
think
think
so.
about Sparta. We want to go.
Corinth and Argos. I'm trying to throw you a bone and let you jump in here.
I will.
Strong coin.
I think Athens. Okay, so you guys said that you have 2 kings. Well, do they have queens? And then still that'd be 4 leaders in all. Well, we only have 1 king plus a queen, so we have.
Continue.
We'd have 2 leaders, so that's not as much ruling, and they can take turns, right?
I don't know.
Alright, about the queen, did really any queen in the original, in any of the Greek city-states have a lot of power? Because every single woman that wasn't a slave in our society was able to own land, be educated, they were extremely powerful, strong, and they were extremely beautiful, which of course is very important in our society. And they pretty much ruled all of the men's land while they were out fighting wars, because Spartans like to fight, as you can tell.
Ouch.
Yes. Oh, wait, nope, I'm not done.
So, and also, ours, we didn't have to elect our kings like the rest of you. So, and like you said, you only have 1 king. It said here, other Greek city-states had to take time to elect their officials, while ours were from the original bloodlines of Sparta. And you said you had 1 king, so what happens when that 1 king starts to abuse his power?
You think he's gonna let his lady friend, the queen, take over?
Probably not. He's going to become greedy.
Not everybody in the same bloodline is going to be a good king.
That's why we have
if
2.
if you take time to vote for a good king, then you're going to get a good.
That's
one
why we
every
have 2
time.
kings and a council.
But you can't choose. It's still bloodline.
We can still have a council that we elect.
You can't choose crappy kings. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
He's the king because his dad was not.
Just because their dad's
We've got a question.
Are they going to attack us?
They're all
Wait, Marcus, fix the iPad, bud.
Marcus.
Just spin the white face this way slowly.
Don't walk so fast.
Well,
Yeah, Marcus.
and that should catch it. Thank you.
Okay, so Sparta, how's having 2 kings good? Because what if the people disagree with them? And how is not electing your king good? Because if you don't elect your king, that king could be bad, and that king can try and kill everyone.
You're talking about a king. We have kings.
Wait.
Both the kings. One is for war, one is for the government. Give it to Ben.
What is the government if the king is bad?
Are you guys done?
Sam?
With that part.
I have a question. So, either king could control the war while the other king is at the city-state. It's not specifically designed one or the other.
Sure.
Have you ever heard the saying 2 brains is better than 1?
2 heads, but
2 what?
2 cents.
Brains are in the head. Except for you. Never mind. Also,
mine's in the jar at home.
it is okay to not elect your king, because if you elected a king, it wouldn't be a king. And but also, and if you think that both of them are going to abuse their power, then that is why there is a council of 28 different people that can still put the kings in check.
But how? How much power do they have? Can they
They
if
can
a
put
king
the
wants
king-
to do
they
something,
can
they
stop
can
the
just
king.
tell him no?
Yeah.
And
But if the
and
council agrees
the
on it,
king
they
has
can say
no
no.
power anymore?
Yeah.
If those 28 guys say no, then he
Yeah.
has no power anymore?
Both
power-
kings also
So
have
those
to
guys
agree.
are like little kings? So
Yeah,
like the
pretty much.
28.
So
everyone's
it's like
a
the
king.
House of Representatives.
Everybody's a king in your
House
government.
of,
So there's like 30 kings.
Pretty much.
No,
That's what
no.
you're saying,
The two
though.
kings are the most important guys because they can rule the army.
the
'cause
28 people can overrule
Yeah,
at any
just
time.
28 people.
If the
No,
20 if all 28 people agree.
Yeah, I know. And all, if all
It has to
28
be a
people agree,
unanimous
that's
decision.
overruled.
Unanimous.
But if 27.
28.
I know. I was thinking of like only 27.
I'm just
said
curious.
that they-
So, if the 28 councilmen didn't agree with the kings, did the kings have any power if they both agreed to just like overrule the whole council? Or is that just the council overrules the king itself?
It depends on what the situation is. Like if the king is in war, then he doesn't have to agree with the council at all because he has more power. And the 28 council.
I got a question.
Let him finish talking.
That's pretty much. Tanner.
If both kings are corrupt, so say, I'm not saying it happened, but if both kings want to do something bad, I don't know what.
Get into a war, they're going to lose.
Yeah. So
Like against Persia.
if both of them agree, can the 28 people still stop this?
Yes.
Both of them. So those people are just as powerful
I
as.
believe. Well, because it's the power of the two kings is split up again between 28 different people. So they pretty much have a 28th or 32nd of the power that the kings have.
But the kings still have rule over everything, right?
Yeah, the kings rule over everything.
But they can't make any.
But it's like the president, dude.
The council
It's
helps
like
them
a
make
president that was always going to be the president. Except because we have the House of Representatives, remember?
Yeah.
How the House of Representatives can veto a law that the president tries to pass? It's like that. Or same House of Representatives or the other one. I forgot.
Running governing class, yeah.
and ours help our kings make decisions.
Okay, Sparta, thank you. I think we have explored your political system well enough. Would someone else like to make a different or
You
Give it
cannot.
to Corinne. They haven't said anything.
Yeah,
Well,
they
we were
haven't
about
said
to bring
anything.
them in, but
Hey, Tim.
Oh, he outran the swivel.
I give you, this is all you.
Come on, Sam.
Corinthians, it's just giving you an opportunity to collect your thoughts for a second. Who's going?
The hipster.
Don't attack us. If you do, it's fine. It's annoying.
So, just say something.
Steve, were you or were you not allied with Persians during the Persian War, betraying all of Greece?
Ooh. Please respond.
Good job.
Hey, one thing Sparta and Athens can agree on is our mutual hatred of Persia, right?
Yes.
I'm curious to hear your answers, Thebes. What was the question? Don't play stupid. There's no Fifth Amendment in ancient Greece.
forgot what it was.
We were, in fact, allied with Persia. But in the end, we won.
No, you didn't.
Not in the first
No,
one.
Persia won.
Not in the first
The second one.
Do you guys speak Persian or Greek?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
When we allied with Persia the second time, we won.
You're not.
Maybe the Persians
So
weren't
it's
so
not
bad.
because we beat you
Maybe
the
I don't
first
know.
time.
Maybe they just misunderstood.
Okay, if someone makes a statement that is patently false in academic circles, how do we respond to that? Because that
Wrong.
how do you prove somebody wrong or say?
You use another fact.
Facts.
I'm trying to be just the fact checker. I'm not on anybody's side. But when I hear someone say something blatantly false, I can't allow that to go. They need me at the presidential debate.
Yes, we know you didn't win.
The Greco-Persian Wars were fought between Persia and united Greek city-states. About half of them, including Athens and Sparta, fought against Persia. And about half of you, including Thebes, saw the big bad Persians and said, hey, you know what? I'll be on their side because they'll win. They won some battles for sure. At Thermopylae, like Sparta said, it was a valiant defeat. They did lose, but they held off the Persians for 3 days at a mountain pass so that the Athenians could evacuate their city before the Persians came and burned it to the ground, which they did. Luckily, all the Athenians didn't get slaughtered by the Persian army because they got out alive. thanks mostly to Spartan hoplites.
Thanks.
Now, later on, the Persian army kind of marched around Greece, and at the Battle of Plataea, a united Greek force fought what was left of the Persian army, and the Greco-Persian War was resolved after that battle. And Thebes is saying they won.
No.
I'm clarifying.
I'm
Some battles the Persians won. You're correct, but we're talking wars, the overall conflict here.
They lost the war.
Yes.
Boom.
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 Thank you. Evidence and examples will win the day, right, Sparta?
Yep. Liar.
So Thebes, here's what we really care about. You weren't on the winning side in the end. The Persians did lose and went home.
But why'd you side?
Yeah, why? Please explain that. Why did you take Persia's side instead of fight with us?
Because you betrayed your Greece.
Do you know what the Persians do to you? Or what they demand of you? If you've seen the movie 300, it does show it at the beginning.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so listen up. At some point, everybody except Sparta. At some point, everybody was kind of allied with Persia, because when we were the Corinthian War, when Athens, Argos, Corinth, Thebes, and the Persian Empire were fighting Sparta, we were all on the same side. So don't you dare say something about us in Persia, because you all were with them. Don't speak with him right now. Okay, so
he's thrown out claims.
Hey, our turn.
Okay. So he's saying you guys are on Persia's side too. Somebody better figure out if that's true, and if it's not, you better prove it. If it is, you better
He's the good source. Yes.
He said all of you were friends with Persia too, so don't make that out to be a bad thing. He said we were. He said except you. Okay.
Except that I'm really close to you.
Because we didn't betray
Persia's still lost. So hold on. Let's just explore the logic there that he used. If someone accused you of, let's say, theft, your defense was, well, all of you have stolen at some point too. Therefore, it's not that bad.
It depends on
That
what
is
you
essentially what you're saying.
Well, I'm saying that they cannot blame, like, it's like a thief blaming a thief. I don't mean nothing about Sparta. I'm meaning about them.
So he's saying all of you are guilty of the same thing except Sparta.
Athens, Argos,
And the war was inconclusive. No one won.
Providing a specific example, like a date or the name of a battle.
Okay, the Corinthian War from 395 BC to 385 BC. That entire time, Athens, Argos, Corinth, and Thebes, and the Persian Empire were all on the same side.
Who won? What are you getting that off of?
Not you guys.
So no. What he's saying is, you can Google that and bring that up if you want to further explore that. The Corinthian War.
Who won?
Which, that is about 100 years after the Greco-Persian War is done. The Persians tried to invade Greece. It failed.
Inconclusive.
Yes. So they took all four of you and the Persians, and still nobody won.
This isn't about who won.
This isn't about. It's about. It's actually not about you as a moment, Sparta. The whole world isn't like goes around you. You can see that.
Okay, so Thebes, Corinth, Athens, and Argos weren't allied with Persia. Persia, we didn't join them. They backed us. When we went to war, they followed us. They came behind us and followed us.
Well, basically allies.
No,
That's what allies do.
We didn't join them.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, we didn't join them. Unlike you, we didn't go, ooh, I'm scared, and join them. They joined us.
Where is your evidence that
Well,
you
right
said
here,
Athens, Corinth, and Argos were initially backed by Persia.
In 395 BC in the Corinth War.
It's not about your.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's about us.
Well, you guys
It's not about
everything's about
Corinthians.
Hey, let's just.
Wasn't he?
So continuing to look at that analogy of, let's say, you accused us of robbing a bank, but all of you except Athens did too. His defense is, we did not rob the bank. The bank put the money in our pockets as we walked away.
Yeah, basically.
What I'm saying is that you guys were afraid of Persia, and you joined them, whereas What's
different between the Greco-Persian Wars and this war against Corinth?
against
The
Sparta.
Persians killed a whole bunch
Someone
of our
started
people.
it.
I'm not here to give you ideas, I'm just asking. Because from what I'm seeing, they're giving a specific date and war where you, in some terms,
After the Greco-Persian.
were allied with the Persians.
Exactly.
Which you guys said being allies with the Persians. How can you explain that to even say, well, you were too in this war? To some degree.
Yeah, so basically, you're not
Sam? Okay.
No, I'm gone.
Do you know how many?
Okay, so anyone else?
Yeah.
Argos, a question? Please, I'm not sure Argos is awake.
Okay, so Argos, how come you guys can blatantly avoid having a monarchy before you had the partial democracy which you stole from us?
Were we what before?
Please restate the question.
How can you blatantly avoid having a monarchy before your democracy?
I'm not sure what you mean blatantly avoid.
Or how do you avoid mentioning it?
Oh, like
Yeah.
you're leaving something out.
Yeah.
Avoid mentioning.
Your monarchy before the democracy which you stole from us.
Can I rephrase it, not in a way to help you, but to clarify?
Why do
Yeah.
we need to bring it?
When you talked about your political system, you talked about being partially democratic, correct?
Yes.
Did you talk about your history before that of having a king? Why not? Does that ask the same
Yes.
question? Do you now understand the question?
I don't know. Why would we have to?
He's saying you left. You're telling us a half story. You forgot about the part where you had a king.
I know. Why do we need to tell them
Because
about
the monarchies obviously failed, and so then you had to pick up the democracies
From our.
And look at
solve
who's
the
asking you
monarchy
this question. I know those guys.
We have a democracy.
What city-state?
So are they like mad at us because we copied their? I just don't get why. I don't get
Why didn't you talk about your Why did the other form of government work out?
Please answer because you haven't spoken yet.
Why didn't it work out? Why didn't monarchy work out?
And keep in mind who's asking this question. It's not Thebes. It's not
Come on,
Hey, it's Athens.
Quit slamming the mic.
Nobody else can ask this
Quit
question.
slamming the mic.
One of you who hasn't spoken, let's go.
So they're asking like, why we left that?
Why didn't you mention the fact that you used to have a king and then converted to a democratic political system? This is why teachers just make you take notes and do worksheets.
Is it because your monarchy failed?
Yeah, your guys' was better, I guess. Some people-
Oh,
Thank you.
There we go. You better spin that into a positive, because right now you're just admitting that their political system is better.
There's no turning that one around.
That's not true.
No.
Argos. Not that.
So their monarchy failed, and they had to copy us because we were just that awesome.
Miss K will agree. The hardest part about that is for us is sitting here and trying to shut up. Because I really want to slap all of you Argyle citizens and say, "What are you doing?"
Keep your mouth shut.
Okay, I'm going to give you an analogy that seems like it has nothing to do with this, but if you use your brain, you'll figure out I'm giving you some advice. Okay. Where was the world's first automobile created?
United States.
United States, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean that the Japanese don't get any credit for engineering awesome vehicles today? You just stole that idea from Henry Ford, man. He had the first one.
That's true.
Shut up.
It's true, but maybe something that successful civilizations do, or city-states, or countries today, is you identify other people's good ideas. Let's say Spartan military tactics, or Athenian democracy. And you don't just blatantly copy and paste them. What are the Japanese famous for doing?
Make it better.
Improving upon someone else's system, which makes you smart. Because if you stick with your king that's not working, That makes you stupid. You shouldn't just say, well, we don't want democracy because Athens already does it, and we don't want to copy and paste their system. See what I'm telling you? Can someone spin that? So you already admitted the jury heard you say, because their system was better than ours. That sounds really bad for you, Argos. Make it sound less bad, please.
1 second before she goes.
No.
Shut your mouth.
I'm trying to get her to talk, so let her to talk.
Okay, so we might have stole your guys' ideas, but we added on to make them better.
How? Prove it.
Yeah, give me some proof. Prove it.
I don't know. That might be look that up.
They should be looking that up.
Yeah, but Felix.
Do you have any specific evidence or examples of Argos improving upon the Athenian model of democracy?
Just a second. I guess we all have something to get out. Because they didn't let women vote or even be citizens.
I'm asking, I don't know.
I have 5 minutes and I want to.
He's got to make a mention of something.
Oh.
They can trash the sacred band, but you kicked their butts, so I don't know what they're even talking about.
I don't even know.
Argos, do you have a response, please?
Is there a response?
Had a better social system.
We gotta be quick.
So even though Athens was, even though we kind of copied yours, democracy, we let women and slaves vote. Or no slaves, sorry. We let women vote, and we.
When
Do
did
you
they,
have specific evidence of that?
when did they start letting them do that?
Forever. As soon as we did the.
Argos, you need to
When
stop
was
making
the
up.
date? There's no dates or.
Be quick.
Is it fair to ask for evidence of that claim?
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
It's your obligation.
Okay, you shut
So we'll do this. How about Argos gets back to us at the start of class tomorrow? Who's going to be responsible for having that reply?
Tanner.
I will do that.
You will, because you haven't talked to us today. Now, you have 1 minute to make a closing statement. Why are you the best city-state of ancient Greece? We're going to go Sparta, Thebes, Corinth, Athens, Argos. Go. Rock and roll, 1 minute. Restate your points. We are the best because. Listen.
Sparta is the best city-state of Greece because our government was superior to the others because of the 2 kings and the council of elders. Our social class was also superior because we gave women more rights and we treated them better than most other city-states did. And the military was of the best of the. It was the best trained in pretty much destroyed everyone else except unspoken times. And we have the most newbies. So.
Okay, thank you. Thebes.
Okay, so we're superior because we have military genius. Maybe we didn't spend all our lives training to be soldiers like Sparta did and political balance after all. But like our name is remembered. Alexander the Great, we were the last city that was like super powerful before he conquered all of Greece. So we were basically the last standing free city there. Like Argos, I don't know much about them, but seriously, the only thing that I can think of when I hear that is a delivery company, not a great city. Athens, like they do nothing. Basically, all they are like with small islands and stuff like that. these guys, I don't have nothing to say with them. And like Sparta, all their society is based on slaves. All of them, they even have laws that require them to beat their slaves up. So that's what I can say. It's kind of like North Korea. Not just people didn't do any.
Okay, thank you, Corinth, your closing statement. We're not going to leave till we're done.
Let's go, bro. Not even lie. That was the first thing.
Listen, Corinth.
Okay. We are the best. Okay.
Because.
Hold on. I'm getting there. We were really good at making allies and fighting for us. Our government,
We're not leaving.
oligarchy, is created well. The social structure is very well set up, all including colored people as citizens. With all the good things going towards Corinth, it is apparent that Corinth is the best in state of the classical people. Bam.
Okay, Athens, your closing statement. Argos, you're on deck.
I am.
We actually have.
Are you done?
Are you done? Give it to him. Athens, you're on the clock.
Okay, slowly move so you can see.
Okay, our city-state is the best because we're constantly coming up with new ideas for new technology and the best form of government that other people wanted to take from us. We only lost 192 men in the Battle of Marathon, while Persians lost 6,400 men.
Argos, be quiet while Athens talks.
And we sprinted across the field towards them and still beat the crap out of them. And we came up with a trireme, it's a ship, and we were the best navy, army type thing.
Done? Okay, Argos, your closing statement.
Okay. So in conclusion, we are the best city-state because although we took someone's government idea, we made it better by letting women vote and not just one person had all the power. Also, the military won many wars, but one big one was Battle of the 300s with 2 men to 1 man, and our people were also treated very equal.
Okay, thank you. You can watch this along with the first version from last week. It is on YouTube, so if someone in your group wasn't here, tell them to look it up. We will talk.